Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final episode of the Baited Podcast. I'm your host, Colossal is Crazy, and we're joined here once again by Tommy C.
Hey there.
And the infamous, the one and only DJ Killer Creamstar.
It's just Keemstar, but okay. Or
You
Keem,
said the exact same thing 5 years ago. But 5 years since our last episode, which was also on ImAllexx, and since that time, he's fucking finished. Like, it's over. He's done.
Bro,
there's no coming back.
But before we get into it, we need to explain to the audience. Let me give the audience a little backstory here of how fucking ImAllexx is intertwined with fucking Baited. So when Baited first broke up, right? When me, Tommy, and Clown were all fighting and you guys went off to make your own podcast, 33% or whatever, that whole drama, ImAllexx was the core like issue in that. Basically, ImAllexx was like he was a YouTuber that had like 200 subscribers. He was a complete nobody. And Colossal is Crazy Clown had his own fucking Discord for like his little fanboys and whatnot. And there was a bunch of little commentary people. Again, ImAllexx 200 subs at the time was one of these people in there, right? So long story short, you guys want to equal pay on the fucking Baited or whatever. And I was in there venting that I didn't want to talk about it on the podcast and all this other stuff. And I don't remember the exact details, but ImAllexx spun some lie that I said that I never fucking said all over the fucking internet. And I remember Clown going to you and be like, Clown, you got to get this guy off your Discord. This guy's a liar. He's a fucking snake. He's a piece of shit. And I've hated this kid since then. That was the moment. I was the first one on the fucking ImAllexx is a piece of shit. The first person on the goddamn internet, and nobody listened to me. In fact, the opposite happened. This kid somehow had a whole fucking career. He started like blowing up. And I remember as he started getting going, Clown finally like figured it out and was like, yeah, this ImAllexx guy is kind of a piece of shit. What was he doing to you in the Discord that first made you like not like him?
Well, the thing is, he created the Discord. He offered to create the Discord for me because I had no idea how to do it. And then he was basically running the Discord on my behalf. This is back when, like you said, he had 200 subs. So he found a way. I mean, I wasn't a big YouTuber, still not. But I was certainly bigger than him at the time. And he's like, oh, I'm going to find a way to like leech off this guy by getting involved in his server, running his server for him. I mean, he fucked off shortly after that. Once he started gaining subs and getting traction from that server. And that's how
So it's your fault?
It's kind of like my fault for like birthing the disgusting embryo of ImAllexx.
It's your fault that poor little Alice has to dodge bricks. I mean, think about that. It's all
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah. Sorry, Alice. I am the reason he tried to throw a brick at you. Threatened to throw a brick at you.
Guys, we'll get to it. Half the audience doesn't know what we're talking about. The other half is dying right now. We'll get to it. We'll give you the details. All right. So, Tommy, I've explained my first experience with ImAllexx. Clown explained how this guy launched his channel off of fucking milking fucking Clown. What's your first bad experience with this fucker?
Well, I mean, I remember that we made the Baited video, which was definitely in my favor, but I knew there was just a lot of made up shit in there. That he was just kind of winging it. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I looked the other way because he was, he's a kid at the time. He's 25 years old now, so he's just pushing 20 at the time. Because what Baited is 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And my second bad impression is when he called me a pedophile. That was the whole Zapti story broke, where he goes on and he sort of co-ops this podcast called Hot Wet Soup, which was really basically the other drama podcast that was behind us. And he says that Zapti has come to him and said that he's a sociopath and he was talking to kids and they had to let him go and cut loose with him. And Bionic Pig and Elvis the Alien were just sitting there with drool coming out of their mouth going, yeah. And I just questioned the whole narrative. I didn't think they were lying per se. I'm like, look, this is not quite what it seems. I'm like, have you tried to talk to this guy? Is he okay? And then Alex suggests, well, maybe you're sympathetic to pedophiles. Kind of, he was Mama Max before Mama Max. And that was my first bad taste in my mouth.
So he wasn't calling you a pedophile, he was calling you a pedo sympathizer.
Sympathizer, kind of suggesting maybe you, or actually a little more close, like maybe you feel the same way Zapti does about. And of course, the Zapti situation was broken in 2019, which is one of the reasons we did. Actually, no, it was just after the last Baited podcast. And we found out that wasn't exactly what we saw. There was a catfish situation going on there. And he used it, and I made the claim at the time, and I got laughed at, that maybe with Slazo and Zapti, and then I'd have other leakers come to me, that he was picking off the competition. And I don't think anybody can laugh at me at that anymore. He's definitely capable of picking off the competition through pedo allegations.
This guy was the biggest snake and still is the biggest snake. He would latch onto like make friendships and then use them and then throw those people like in the gutter. Zapti was the first one. That was the first big one, right? His friend gets in a little bit of a drama and trouble from being catfished, and he's just, hey guys, we need to make an episode in Hot Wet Soup, and he just starts throwing his good friend down the fucking river just for some points on the internet of, look, he's a good guy, he's distancing himself, right? And guys, like, dude, now that we know who ImAllexx is and like all the allegations that have come out on this fucking guy, how fucking funny is it that this fake social justice warrior has been fucking putting people down and calling people out and exposing friends left and right for this and that, and here he's doing this shit. He's fucking doing it.
I mean, yeah, the irony is crazy. What ImAllexx would do is he basically moved from friend group to friend group, community to community, basically sucking all the life out of it, getting everything he can out of it, and then just dropping them or having problems with them, leaving, moving on to the next, sucking the life force out of that, just leeching as much as possible, leeching the views, leeching the subscribers, just continuously. And he's been doing that for like 7 years, 8 years now. And he's literally got to a point very recently where there is nobody left.
So guys, we've covered the Zapti, which was his first big scandal, right? The next big scandal that everybody knows is Slazo. Clown, you want to explain that situation?
Well, basically, he was matey with Slazo. I think they were living together at one point. Several allegations from a specific person. I think her name, what was her name? Shay? Was it Shay?
Shay.
It's Shay, yeah. It was ages ago now. But she was accusing him of basically being abusive psychologically. There was this term used, rape time, which was clearly a joke made by Slazo on Slazo's part. And that was interpreted by people like Hyogen, Pyrocynical's ex-girlfriend, other people in this group chat, iNabber, and they basically manipulated this girl into believing that that was the case and coming out with this community post on Twitter where she was forced into accusing Slazo of this. It's people like ImAllexx who pressured her, iNabber, Hyogen, and King Annie, who was an ex-girlfriend of ImAllexx, who recently came out with several accusations of her own.
Yeah, I also want to add something. One of the guys that was in that group, and I have befriended him since, is Bluestank. And all that whole friend group is completely destroyed. I think he's got, there's no friends in YouTube in London. It's all about moving up the next level. And if y'all remember, he had a stream and this Slazo thing came up. And then he said, I don't know, maybe we're overdoing it this time. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And he expressed some kind of doubt. Well, he told me that when the, King Annie, and she's going to become real important in this podcast, King Annie, Hyogen, and Alex got wind of that. He says, you got to take that down. Otherwise, you're stabbing us in the back. Sort of expressing that they knew this thing might not be as strong against Slazo as they thought, and they have to sort of be united to fight the oncoming onslaught of accusing this guy falsely. And, unlike Zapti, look, there's some mistakes Zapti made. He's admitted to all of them. I'm not going to get into the details, but Slazo was innocent, 100% innocent. And he would tell me, and I've had other YouTubers that is in his circle. The one thing, he has a manifesto, this is the word that was used, on every single YouTuber he knew, right, or lived with. And when he got a little irritated or something like that, he would say something to the effect of, you wouldn't want somebody else to find this out or kind of suggest it or hint it or make vague references to whatever crime they committed. Yeah.
ImAllexx has been exposed multiple times for like literally threatening people.
Yeah.
Like just letting them know like, hey, I got dirt on you. Like, dude. And I'm like, dude, this entire time, Slazo, Zapti, this entire time for years, I'm like tweeting out, bro, ImAllexx is a piece of garbage. Do not like this guy. And I'm watching this guy just get like all these teenage girl fans and he starts milking them. He like during the whole woke thing, he comes out and he says that he's fucking bi and shit.
He did it multiple times, in fact. I think he did it 4 times. 4 separate videos where he came out as bisexual, which he's fucking not.
I never believe that.
He's not.
Dude, he might... He might be bi, he might not be, but the whole point is he's literally doing it for clout. Literally doing it for clout.
He's doing it to sell LGBTQ fucking merch to his impressionable fans. I mean, that's pretty much it. He's sucked in that audience.
Yeah.
Very impressionable audience. He wants to gain that fan base and to sell the merch, of course, which is probably his main source of revenue or was at the time. Not any fucking more. He lied, man. He fucking lied.
I think I know how it's possible because all his friends were blowing him.
Say he has to prove he's bisexual, so he goes out and he takes it up the arse. Like, maybe. But as far as I know, like, no relationships with men ever. He did it to sell merch.
I'll throw another story. I met him in 2018 because by the time he called me a pedo, and I called him a major lie on my show with a guy named VWQ, who eventually became a guy known as Danarchy. I caught him in an absolute contradiction. And I forgave him because he was young. So he met me and the now past Real Talk, rest in peace, at one of his shows in Camden in London. And we were cool then. And I said to him, it was strange. When I met him, the first thing he did was apologize about Zapti. Now, keep in mind, this is prior, a good 1.5 to 2 years prior to Nick DiOrio's video. And I said, look, if you ever have some kind of, you're not really good with optics. If you have any kind of optics, you should come to me, and I'll tell you, this is something to follow up. This is something not to follow up. He said, okay, that's very nice of you, Tommy. I'll definitely take it to you.
Do the lisp. You got to do it. You got to do the lisp while you say that.
I can't do it.
Yeah, he has a lisp.
I can't do a lisp.
Try and make your tongue really big in your mouth. Spit on the pop filter a bit. You'll get it nailed down.
Thank you, Tommy. I'm sorry for the Zapti thing.
See,
I'll definitely go on my way to help you out.
And again, this is before we knew without a doubt, because Zapti refused to defend himself. He just disappeared for like 4 years. And when this Slazo thing started to gain momentum, I wrote him. I said, you're going down the wrong road here. You've got nothing on this guy. Well, he soft blocked me and then unfollowed everybody as like sort of an internet joke, right? Instead of like saying, oh, Tommy, thank you so much. I'll definitely listen to you next time.
That was good.
And yeah, you're welcome.
There's so many lies in his fucking mouth
about everything. I was reaching out to him as a friend. Like, look, I know you guys are young. You're gonna say stupid stuff. I'll tell you when you're out of your league. And well, he wasn't hearing it when it happened. He wasn't hearing it at all. So he had plenty of chances to opt out of this.
There's so many lies in this guy's fucking mouth. He can't speak straight. Like literally, he cannot fucking speak straight. I fucking hate that guy. And I fucking hate the fans in this fucking community even more that bought that shit. Because eventually commentary people started figuring out, oh, Keemstar's right, and they started making exposed videos on him. Kavas, that was his big start. Remember when Kavas made a video on ImAllexx and then I shouted him out from Drama Alert? That launched Kavas's career. And like eventually people started figuring out, and he would just like kind of leave commentary and stop messing around in this community and then start like, trying to get the woke LGBTQ community over there to fill it out. And then he'd get exposed over there for some dumb shit. And then he'd fucking latch onto another fucking community. Do you guys remember what was that other fucking thing that he did?
I remember the Battle of the Lisps. Yeah, it's one guy with a lisp calling out the other guy with a lisp. I do remember that. Poor guy.
James Charles. You guys remember the fucking James Charles situation where he came out and like exposed James Charles for all this stuff and half of it was fake? Now, legitimately, there was a huge moment where James Charles was caught and there was a lot of evidence against him, all right? He was guilty as sin. ImAllexx decides to upload a video with all the fake stuff, all the fucking debunked stuff. Like, it was so, he did no research.
In fairness, Keemstar, when James Star was caught without a doubt, that was almost a year and a half to 2 years later. At that time, they had nothing on James Charles, and me and you both stuck up for him at that time. But it did turn out that he can't stop talking to kids underage, and he eventually got nailed. But at that particular time, he had nothing. Interesting side note to that, and that was only the James Charles thing was only a couple weeks before the Slazo thing. I actually approached iNabber, and I said, this James Charles stuff, you're barking up the wrong tree. All you're doing is smearing a gay man as a pedophile. And I thought we were like, it's 2019 something. And I thought we were past that. We don't just call gay people pedophiles for the sake of calling them pedophiles. I never had the balls to say to me, and I am going to, he didn't say exactly this, but this is fundamentally what he said. People in your age group and Americans have very different views on things like women, and us Englishmen and our younger generation are much better with women than you are. I said, what the fuck's that got to do with anything? You don't have anything in this guy James Charles, right? Well, that thing started falling apart, and they tapped out, and they ended up tapping out. But here's the strange thing: they also went forward with this Slazo thing at the same time, and that's when, and I don't mind exposing him. iNabber started leaking to us about what was going on with Slazo, me and Nick Diorio.
Yeah, the irony of that is huge. I mean, iNabber was directly involved himself, and he lied to your face, Tommy, saying he had no involvement whatsoever. Yeah. He was in that group chat, and in fact, he was one of the chief instigators. So
I wouldn't be surprised. At the time, we couldn't say that because me and Nick were both suspicious of it. But what happened was when he was feeding us great information the whole time. I don't know if he's the guy that got us the screenshots of who was in there, but he was giving us great information. And yes, there was nothing on him that we got a hold of.
Yeah, because he fucking cut all the shit where he was involved.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there was nothing. More of it was on like King Annie and Hojan and Alex himself. None of it was really on him. So when the hammer fell, he deleted his Twitter account, which had like a couple 100,000 followers, right? And said he was taking an internet break. But by doing that, all the conversations between me and Nick are gone, right? And that's when I got really suspicious of iNabber right away. Within a couple months, Alex puts out a tweet and says something to the effect of, when things started to blow over with Slazo, I don't know how I could have got through without you, iNabber. I don't know how I could have done it. And iNabber writes back, you're the best, bud. We'll be friends forever, right? And then in that time, iNabber comes up with the idea for the E-Boys, right? And, that's a really great idea, right? And they got the E-Boys together and cut iNabber out of it. So he kind of ended up getting his in the end. He stabbed Alex in the backs with us. As soon as the hammer fell, he ran right back to Alex. Alex fucked him as soon as he got back. And then when he started complaining to us again, True Geordie magically took interest in a teenage girl's internet group called the E-Boys and absolutely roasted the fuck out of iNabber. What a coincidence. Oh, I don't think so. Alex told him to roast him. So that phony True Geordie, who ended up getting his in the end, by the way, he roasted iNabber. And basically, we all know why iNabber wasn't taken for the E-Boys. He was too fat. And they knew it, so they took his idea and they cut him out.
Dude,
it's really funny.
ImAllexx is complete garbage, but all of his friends are garbage too. All of them. Think about it, right? If I can figure out, without ever meeting ImAllexx, right, in person, if I can figure out that this dude's a snake and a piece of fucking shit, how fucking dumb are the people around him and all his friends, the Will and Knees and memeologists? How dumb are they? They're not dumb at all. Yeah. They know that this guy's a piece of shit too, and they're fucking using him for clout as well. They're all using each other for fucking clout. They're all fucking phonies. They're all fucking fake. And in this new scenario, right, that happened, I have a point that I want to make so fucking bad, but I can't because you don't know why ImAllexx is exposed right now. But we're gonna fucking play a little montage. Clown, put this together with all the audio clips of what ImAllexx was saying to his current girlfriend, now ex, like they just broke up recently, right? But he's in a relationship with this fucking girl. He's being an abusive piece of shit, obviously, caught in 4K, recorded. There's video, there's audio, there's text messages, there's everything. Instead of going through all the fucking details, I say let's run a little fucking audio montage of some of the shit he was saying to his fucking girlfriend. Roll it.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
You're
would do,
acting
and
like
go,
this is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this. The thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join Cool, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up. And you think you can just fucking ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose, because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that. And it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. And then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like your face is annoying to look at, like when I come downstairs. Like I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, fucking woman, just like, fucking ask me to buy another one, or stop fucking complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your fucking problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about making a kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is and it fits. It's fine. You don't have to you don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you. So, we're even. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around fucking complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what you just heard right there is stuff that ImAllexx is saying to his girlfriend, now ex. And it's all over the internet. Everyone's covering it. And the thing that I want to say about his fake friends is this, okay? Every single one of them, Memeology, Will Me, they're
Memulous, all right.
Memulous, whatever. I don't know what their fucking names are. All these people come up with statements and they're like, you know, Alice, she's so brave for coming forward, and I'm sorry that this happened to you, and all this, like, PR statements. You guys are fucking phonies. You're phonies. You're not talking like a real person. You're talking like you're some celebrity with a fucking PR team. You guys are all fucking fake. Bro, how are we reacting to this? We're saying ImAllexx is a psychopath. He's fucking crazy, all right? He's an abusive piece of crap because we're real people. You guys are putting out statements, oh, Alice is so brave and da-da-da. You're phonies. What is that? Just be fucking humans. Why do you guys on the internet, the fan base, why do you guys support these complete fucking frauds? Because 9 times out of 10, all these fucking fake people are fucking psychopaths. They're fucking psychopaths.
All these statements seemed interchangeable. They could have been written by ChatGPT or written by one single person.
They probably were.
All the same, all saying like almost verbatim the exact same thing.
Yeah, Will Nee, Memeology, you're not real fucking people. You're not real people. You're just a fucking complete fraud, just like ImAllexx. In a couple years, mark my fucking words, Will Nee, Memeology, his whole friend group, these guys are individually going to be exposed for some fucking dark shit because you don't know who they are. They're not real. When they fucking hit record on their fucking camera and hit record on their fucking mic, they are not the fucking person that they are. They're fucking acting. And you can see that by their fucking statements they put out. That is a complete fraud. That's not a real person. Fuck you.
It's happening to Inaba right now.
Yeah, Inaba's really getting the
I think
worst of it.
yesterday there was a statement came out from his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. She basically proved everything I was saying, or at least confirmed. I shouldn't say proved. He confirmed everything I was saying.
It's like we always knew that Inaba was like a leech himself, like he was just using Alex as Alex was using him, and it was all for clout and it was all for views and attention.
It's for work.
And she, this ex-girlfriend, came out with it.
Yeah.
I love how they're all coming out with it now. Like King Annie put out a post finally referencing the Slazo event and her involvement in it. Still no apology, by the way.
She has never apologized for it, and the tweets condemning Slazo are still up to this day. And yeah, I got them screenshotted. She has never apologized to Slazo. In fact, she blames Alex for making them go after Slazo. That's what she does. She blames, and she has never apologized. She's never even mentioned it for 5 years, and she only jumps on it. Hey, Alice, I'm just like you. I'm a victim just like you are. And because you got a lot of clout coming your way, so maybe I can get some of it. What do you say, Alice? And that's what her whole statement's about. She doesn't care at all about that girl.
Imagine what kind of fucking psychopath you have to be to write a statement. Alice, she's so brave, and the things that are said are fucking horrible and da-da-da-da-da-da. Who the fuck are you? Who are you, right? Like, if my friend fucking did that, I'm making a Twitter video and I'm being like, yo, you're a piece of shit. I cannot believe he fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna talk to the people like I would talk to my fucking friend. Your fucking statements, go fuck yourself. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, dude, this horrible fucking thing happens to this girl and we can't even get a fucking ounce of reality from Will Nee. Go fuck yourself, bro.
Well, because they're all worried about themselves. They know. Here's the thing about Memulus, who I do think is probably the least guilty of all of them.
I agree.
Memulus, Will Nee, and James Marriott. They all knew. This is one thing that none of them get away from. They may not have known about the abuse, but they definitely knew he was a shit. And certainly I never did, because he used to bitch to me and Nick about what a shit he was and went right back into business with him. So they knew when they were getting involved with the E-Boys that Alex was damaged goods, but they also knew you got to give Alex this. He knows how to make money on this platform. He can lose all his friend group in the UK or in London, move to another part of the UK, suck on another one, and then build up again. They know he's got the ability. He can smell a trend 10,000 miles away. And that's why they were all willing to look the other way. My sources have told me that Will Nee actually broke up the project because he just felt that he just started getting sick of hearing about Slazo all the time. So he actually broke up the E-Boys project. But, you know, it's not like he ever threw him under the bus. Apparently, his girlfriend was the one that mentioned to a talent agency that this guy Alex may or may not have been abusing his girlfriend. So, I mean, it is really funny what those Englishmen will do. It's actually kind of sad, really.
I got a story on the Memeology guy, or what is his name? What's his
Jesus, poor Memeology, man. What are you throwing him under the bus for?
Dude, I got a story on the Memulus guy, right? So you know how the guy never shows his face and wears masks or whatever?
Yes, yeah.
All right. So this fucking guy, allegedly, I wasn't there, so maybe this story isn't real. I want to preference this. I just heard this from someone, right? So another YouTuber is talking to girls in the club over in the UK, and the girl tells that YouTuber, hey, this guy, Memeolux or whatever, came up to me in the club and tried to hit on me. And I'm like, yeah, not interested. And he goes, but I'm super famous, and pulled up his YouTube channel and showed the girl his subscribers and whatnot.
I know I heard the same story, but I heard it different. I heard he was talking to a chick, and you know that app on your phone where you can, I forget which one it is, where it shows like how much money you made that month and what have you. He would kind of like sort of lean back and then like stretch. And then she like, oh, and then, oh, wow, you're a YouTuber? And that's how all those guys pick up chicks. And from what I understand, they're all also terrified of women at the same time because they're terrified that they'll, use something because, the people that they pander to are all bloodthirsty and they're looking for rape allegations and all sorts of other allegations, that they're also kind of scared to put their arm around a girl or anything like that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. They got all these chicks throwing themselves at them, but they can't handle it because they're afraid they're going to lose their career over it. It's really funny, actually, and well-deserved.
I'd heard a rumor about Alex that had never been substantiated until yesterday. So the rumor was that he was basically a dirty pig. Like, he was really unhygienic, filthy. He was like in a nice apartment in London paying exorbitant rates and rent. And he was leaving like big black plastic bags full of trash in his room, never taking them out. And that was just a rumor that I heard from someone who lived with him. And then King Annie comes out yesterday and basically confirms that he was a disgusting pig that never kept himself clean. And I'll read this this reply she sent. For real, he left my home with blood on the sheets from nosebleeds, toenails on the floor, and black mold festering in the toilet. It was fucking horrid. Would never flush the lavatory ever. Yeah. Just left his shit in there.
God. And she slept with that guy. So what does that say about her? Oh, wait, he's a big YouTuber at the time.
Pretty disgusting.
Can't you just imagine like walking through an alley and there's dumpsters everywhere and like the fucking lid pops up and ImAllexx pops out of one? Like, he just looks like the type of kid that would like pop out of a fucking dumpster.
Yeah, the funny thing is that confirms that it's funny you got that story because I got a similar story recently too. I also have another one. I don't know if this is true, but this is some disgusting shit. And I saw this in Iraq too. So he was too lazy to apparently, and this is rumor, take it with a grain of salt. But I said, I've seen this in the army. He's too lazy to take a piss, so he'd piss in a bottle and the bottles would collect after a time. Now, I've seen that before with soldiers in Iraq. They piss in a bottle and they'll throw it in a roof or some shit like that. But soldiers are disgusting in a downrange situation. This guy was doing it in his house.
Oh my God.
Yeah, alcoholics do that. They don't go to the bathroom, they just piss in a bottle.
Piss in a bottle and then like
sometimes mix it up with the actual bottle they're drinking from.
The stuff that came out about ImAllexx recently, just within the last couple days, has been so profound that it's brought all of us together to do an episode of Bait It. But it's so bad that there's actually no coming back. Like, I cannot see a single way that this kid can have a fucking career on the internet ever again. Like, I can't imagine it. It's so damning. It's so horrible. Everything that he was against, everything, calling out SAR, abuse, all this stuff is what he's getting exposed for. And there's fucking receipts. There's video proof. There's audio proof. He also got accused in this huge Google Doc that came out with all this evidence of actual abuse on top of it, like physical abuse. I mean, some of these allegations are so damning. The only way I can see this guy coming back is by grifting again. He would have to go the fucking Zerka route, right? Or the Mike, whatever his name is. He'd have to be like, I love Andrew Tate, fuck women, or something like that. Like,
I'll tell you why ImAllexx can never really come back. And it's not just because of what he did and what he said and all this evidence. It's because of his fan base. One that he has been pandering to for years, his entire career. They are made up of little teenage girls and the LGBTQ crowd and people who really care. For example, someone saying the N-word, which is what he did. He can never come back.
Oh my God, we forgot about that. We didn't even mention that. He called his girlfriend the N-word. What the hell? This is the social justice woke guy. What the absolute hell? Like, that was so shocking, right? And so insane to come from his, where does that come from?
Now, if any one of us here in the call says the N-word, and we all have, let's face it.
Not me.
Yes, you fucking have, you lying bastard.
Well, I may have.
If we say it, probably be fine. because we've got the type of audience, a
Yeah.
little bit edgier, not so young.
We're dirtier.
So we kind of get away with it. We're going to catch some shit for it, inevitably. But
Sure.
we'd survive. We'd definitely survive. ImAllexx literally cannot, never will, because it's 100% that crowd. 100%. They will hold it against him forever. And in many cases, from what I've been seeing, and it's not right because the focus should be on the abuse. Many of his former fan base now would rather see him cancelled purely for that use of the N-word. Purely for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, but at the end of the day, that's the crowd. Makes perfect sense.
Well, I mean, look at the people he's working with. Ruining some guy's life over false allegations. That's bad, but not bad enough not to work with them. Calling a girl the N-word and physically and verbally abusing her. That's the line. I mean, okay, sure, that's your line, but it really kind of shows that you don't care as long as the money's coming in. But here's the thing, I disagree with you both. I believe that Alex will make a comeback. In fact, I know he'll make a comeback because guys like him, sociopaths like him, they don't look at this like, oh God, I'm screwed, I'm fucked, I'm whatever. They look at like, you know what? I can do this. I can get around. I can make this happen. Keem, you're right. He'd have to become like a Nazi. What's stopping him? I would love to see Alex a Nazi. How much? And he starts pandering to that group. And you know what? There's a lot of money in it too. I've seen people kind of pander to the far right. I wouldn't put it past him. And here's what I say. Go, Alex, go. Make a comeback. Prove that the YouTube crowd will take anybody in as long as they're packaged correctly. He may not be able to go back to teenage girls, and that's a lot of money he's leaving on the table, let's face it. But if he can turn it around with the Nazi or the far-right crowd, go for it. Go for it. I'm all here for it.
Here's where your theory falls flat, Tommy. Do you really think, and I don't know too much about the alt-right crowd or the Nazi crowd, whatever you want to call them, would they ever accept someone like ImAllexx? 5'2", looks like a fucking skinny mutant.
Depends on the
A
packaging.
guy who sold LGBTQ merch. Rainbow flag on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Come on in, ImAllexx. Come on into our Nazi pride event. White power. White fucking power. Shave your head. You're one of us.
Hey,
Never
look,
going to fucking
He's gonna
There's Rumble. Rumble's a
he's
big
gonna
platform.
say this to them. He's gonna be like, yeah, I milked all these LGBTQ people for money, and then I beat my girlfriend, my black girlfriend, and called her an N-word.
It can happen. I'm sorry. Would they take him in? They probably take him in as kind of a clown, to be honest with you. But if he packaged himself correctly, I think anything's possible. I don't think.
You know what else?
Go ahead.
You know what else he could do? Keffels and Tipster recently, their careers have imploded. They've been exposed for so much stuff. I don't want to get into the details because there's a long story. But when they are under fire right now, their response is, we don't do drama anymore. We just do gaming streams. He could also do that.
good.
Just literally do gaming and not talk about the drama at all. He will. I think you're right, Tommy.
gonna
I think
come
he
back.
will find a way.
No, okay, let's say he just did gaming. Solely gaming, which is what he did before he did commentary.
Yeah.
He would never be successful at it because he's not entertaining. Because he's useless. The only reason he got views in the first place was A, through leeching, using everyone, and B, through drama commentary. That's the only way. So you take that away, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got nothing. He
What
can't
if he's a
even
Nazi
speak
gamer?
properly, Tommy. He can't even speak
And
properly.
look how far he got. The guy can't even talk, and look how
The
far
power of
he got.
leeching. The power of leeching using every
He's not
single
leeching off the
community.
Nazis.
He's been on the Minecraft community. He's leeched off the fucking commentary community. Everyone, everywhere. Beauty community. LGBTQ community. Fucking everyone in existence he's leeched off. There's nobody left. Nobody left.
Alex, don't let this guy put you down. Alex, don't listen. Don't listen. Go, Alex, go. Anything can be overcome. Anything can be fixed if you just put your mind to it. Become the Nazi gamer. It's okay. Don't listen to these guys. They were all wrong. Keemstar was wrong about you. Clown was wrong about you. It is here. You can just take it back. It can happen.
Sometimes it takes like a fucking decade, but I have proven throughout my entire career that Keemstar is always right. When I tell you you that someone is a piece of shit, they are a piece of shit. I'm not fucking making up lies about people. I don't like this person, so if I don't like them, there's a reason why I don't like them, and you're not going to like them either when they eventually get exposed for the reason why I don't fucking like them, all right? I am always right. If I tell you this person's a fucking garbage human, they will get exposed to be a garbage human. Stop fucking sucking their dick and listen to Keemstar. That was the other thing. Do you see all these commentary people being like, we tried to warn you about Alex, not before me, motherfucker. Not before. I was day one telling you this guy's garbage.
A lot of people were giving him the benefit of the doubt. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'll cop to that. Even Kavos gave him the benefit of the doubt. Remember when you and Kavos got a little fight because he congratulated him on hitting 1 million? And you're like, you got really mad at him. And Kavos was trying to be a good guy and say, look, I'm not friends with this guy, but a million's a good accomplishment. But no, Keemstar, you're correct. You kept hammering him. You didn't let the shield down.
Dude,
and the sword down.
I went after Wilney, Kavas when anyone was nice to this kid. I went after frickin' True Jordy. Anyone that helped Alex out throughout their career, they heard it from me. And if they would have listened to me, maybe this girl wouldn't have been abused or verbally abused or called the N-word. Maybe if you would have listened to Keemstar, he wouldn't have been able to do all this horrible stuff to so many people. Think about how many lives ImAllexx has hurting with these false allegations that he spread everywhere. Zapti friggin' ended his career.
Solid Shibe.
Slazo. Almost.
Solid Shibe, yep.
So many people were affected by this guy. This guy did a lot of fucking damage.
He really did.
And we're seeing it that in real life damage he's done. If you would have just fucking listened to me, for fucking Christ's sake.
I can understand anyone who didn't see it coming before the Slazo event. After that occurred, and Slazo, who's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
And you still supported Alex? No, there's no fucking way. You're at fault 100%. He should not have recovered from that.
No, he really shouldn't have.
I'm done with this fucking topic. Let's talk about, each of us and what we've been up to, because I'm sure the audience is fucking exhausted on fucking I'm lispy. Clown, what have you been up to?
Business as usual. We got a podcast, To Be Honest podcast. This is the final episode of Baited. Stop messaging me about it. This is the last one we ever do. It'll never happen again. Otherwise, I got a podcast with Dolan Dark, Nerd City, Pyrocynical called To Be Honest. New episode coming out this week, which is going to be about ImAllexx, I'm afraid. Yeah, we got to do it. Yeah, so you can hear the different perspectives.
So you're doing a podcast on a 13-year-old French girl?
Your girlfriend?
Not my girlfriend. No. That's Pyro's.
Are you really going to take a swing at Pyro? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was proven right. I interviewed the girl.
Oh, you called him a pedophile. Was he a pedophile? Silence. Dead fucking silence after that.
I mean, he was. Well, dude.
So much for Keemstar being always right.
Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me? I was right. Was he or was he not in a relationship with a girl that was, I believe it came out to be 14 at the time?
He was in an E-relationship. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever occurred.
What? With an E-relationship with a 14-year-old when he was what?
I don't think she's 14.
19?
No,
she was. I interviewed her. We got the correct age.
He was 17.
Yeah, that's right. He made.
No, he wasn't. No,
he was 17.
No, he wasn't.
But Keemstar is always right, guys.
Not at that time.
Yes, he was.
Not at that time. He wasn't 17.
Nothing
at that
ever
time.
happened. No news exchanged. Just a big nothing burger. Meanwhile,
you guys
Keemstar is dating someone 20 years younger than him.
Hold on. Time out.
Who at the time,
That's not true.
At the time of meeting her, still had her fucking braces in. Are you fucking kidding me? He's doing.
What's wrong with someone fixing her teeth?
He's doing a podcast currently with Boogie2988, who is literally dating a fucking infant.
My girlfriend.
Right? Not only is the age difference so disparate, has the mental age of an 8-year-old. There's no fucking way, Keem. But I can't work with Pyrocynical, but you can work with Boogie? Are you fucking mad?
Hey. First of all, okay, are you done with your little rant? First of all, my girlfriend is absolutely drop dead fucking gorgeous. She's 23. And she had her braces on.
20 when you met her.
She had her braces on to fix her teeth. Yeah, she turned 21 like a month after I met her.
I mean, I'm not saying it's illegal, Keem. Don't worry, I'm not calling you a pedophile, but I do find it ironic that you would take offense.
Sound like you were.
No, I'm not calling you a pedophile. I do find it ironic, however, that you would call someone like Pyrocynical a pedophile for an e-relationship with a 3-year age gap or 4-year age gap. I don't know.
Go Google it. Yeah, go Google the ages, people. Go Google the ages.
I don't know.
Find out for
I
yourself.
get confused because you got them wrong like 8 times.
Hey, in fairness to Clown, we didn't figure out that girl was 14 until like 2 years ago. We did like most people thought we couldn't prove she even existed.
And by the way, this girl has come out and she said Pyrocynical was nothing but a nice guy, nothing but nice things to say about him.
Yeah, that's true. No, 100%. Nothing.
And she was more talking about this guy, Ancient Reality.
Yes.
And that information, that documentary, that video should have come out, and Keemstar had a hand in that video not coming out, and she blames you for a big part of that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, that is not true.
Well, she's blaming you, Keem. That's all I can say. The victim, as you see her, is blaming you for this.
Do not talk over me. Let me respond to that. She wanted a video made on some other YouTuber that took advantage or whatever. And we definitely fucking covered that. Plus, I assisted with other commentator YouTubers that did cover it and gave them a ton of information. So this whole thing, and look, this girl, a lot of people had issues with her, right? The French girl, right? A lot of people had issues with her because they were trying to help her and get the story out, and she turned on like every single one of them and started talking.
Oh, it's her fault. The victim who was raped by another YouTuber. Are you fucking joking?
I'm gonna stick up for Keem. I'm gonna stick up for Keem a little bit. All right, like I'm gonna stick up for Keem. It's not She was this guy. I mean, if you guys want to look up what this guy did to her, this Ancient Reality, it makes the Alice situation look like a walk in the park, and she clearly was damaged by it. I mean, I think the Alice situation and her situation are like light years apart, and it was difficult because of the abuse that she received at such a young age for her to communicate effectively to make a coherent video. So yeah, it did appear that she was kind of like turning on people and stuff like that.
Anyone that tried to help,
I can't blame her.
Anybody that tried to,
people tried to help and she couldn't handle it.
Anybody that tried, let me just say this: anyone that tried to help her out to get her story out, including me, she turned on and would start attacking
That's true. No,
them. All right,
Keem's right here. I got to stick up from here. She was very difficult, but I just want to make it up on that doesn't make this
doesn't matter. Girl. I mean, she was clearly a victim, right? I mean, she was raped by this guy.
This poor girl, and YouTubers that I know, like Keem and others, really did everything they could to help.
That's not what I heard. See, I heard that Keemstar tried to make it more about Pyrocynical than Ancient Reality because he was the name and he was the figure and he had a grudge.
Well, I was talking about her. I don't know about that.
well, I mean, no.
Do you deny that?
I had a grudge, deny that? Clown, why do you interrupt me every time I'm responding? Are you going to let me respond? You make an allegation, then I'm fucking responding.
Please respond.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. You make an allegation, and then I respond, and then you say another thing. Are you going to let me respond or not? So I forgot what you even fucking said at this point. But No. I definitely got a hold of her. Definitely got a hold of her because I was trying to get the truth about the Pyrocynical thing because it was an open mystery. She gave me the truth, but wanted to talk more about this Ancient Reality. But that wasn't the point of the interview. I said we would do that separate, right? And she agreed. So we did the Pyro thing. And then in the Pyro thing, she's talking about this other guy, right? And then so she was obsessed with exposing this other guy. I was trying to do both things separate because they're two different stories. They shouldn't be meshed together, Clown.
But don't you think the story was Ancient Reality and not Pyrocynical? Because
I think that's the issue.
She had nothing but positive things to say about Pyro.
I think there's two stories. But it doesn't matter.
What was the allegation?
What
was she accusing him of? Nothing. She had nice things to say. Where was the video? Where's the story? There's nothing.
She did have nice things to say.
You had jack shit. You couldn't make it about Pyrocynical, but you were desperately trying to.
The ages, Clown. The ages.
Who gives a fuck? I mean, who gives a fuck? Nothing happened. They E-dated while they were both teenagers. Who gives a shit?
Pyro came out and lied. Clown, your friend, your buddy came out and lied multiple fucking times on Reddit about that scenario, and you're going to defend him?
I am going to defend him because there was nothing. It's a big nothing burger.
He lied.
I will
but
say
he
this.
lied.
I will say this.
Oh, so
Clown.
you're not going to... You're gonna fucking defend him and his lies, Clown?
Did
Really?
do his share of manipulation to protect himself.
Thank you.
But I have to also agree with Clown.
Lied through his fucking teeth.
I don't deny that, but there was nothing there. I mean, when the truth is out, you say he lied. Okay, truth comes out. Well, there's nothing there. It's a nothing burger. Absolutely
nothing there other than the fact that the ages and the Eve relationship, nothing there though.
High school shit.
He was high school age.
It was fucking.
Clown, I remember a situation when you told me, Clown,
and not even as bad as a high school thing. Not even as bad as a high school thing because
you're just interrupting me.
Let me just finish what I'm saying, and then
you're just interrupting me. That's all you're doing is interrupting me every time I talk. That's all you're doing.
Not just high school drama because it was all on the internet. They never even met in person.
Why should you talk?
He didn't even know what she looked like.
You don't let me talk. You don't let me make a fucking point, do you? You don't let me make a point, do you?
I just finished my sentence there, so you can go ahead.
I do remember this. I remember this, Clown. You told me after that Reddit post came out from fucking Pyro, you told me in a fucking Skype call, you said, if Pyro lied about this, I will stop being friends with him. This is all the way back then, 2015, 2016.
Specifically, in what context?
Yeah, the context you said that to me is if he actually did something to the chick.
There you go. There you go,
Let me
Keem.
fucking talk. Let me finish my point. That is not what fucking happened. You told me that if he lied and that he wasn't dating this girl, right? Because he said he wasn't dating this girl. You told me if he lied and he was actually dating this girl, you would cut off your friendship with him.
That is not true. That
And
is
it
not true.
came
You
out
either misinterpreted what I said, or that is just simply not true, and you're telling a fucking fib. I'd like to think that you misinterpreted that, but okay, Keem, you have my permission to show the screenshot.
That is what you fucking said.
Show the screenshot.
It was a fucking Skype call.
Make it public. I don't mind.
It was a Skype call. It was a Skype call. I have no screenshot.
That's convenient.
Fuck you, Clown. You're a piece of shit. You're an actual piece of shit, bro.
By the way, my life's been going good the last 5 years.
What, Keem? You think we're going to talk about ImAllexx? You want to blindside me with the pyrocynical stuff? I mean, come on.
I'm not blindsiding you.
A little bit because I was under the impression that we were going to talk about ImAllexx, and it was not going to be about Pyro, who I'm friends with and have a podcast with.
You want to talk about it over and over again.
That's a little bit deceptive on your part.
I'm just saying.
Would you agree with that, Tommy? A little bit deceptive?
Yeah, but it would be a baited episode if it wasn't.
True enough, I suppose.
I will say, Boogie's girlfriend, even though it's creepy as hell, is an adult. Pyro's wasn't.
Not mentally.
14.
Not fucking mentally, she's not. No fucking chance.
So why... So me and Tommy C have this podcast called the Bait It Podcast, right? With Boogie.
It's not called the Bait It
Wings for
Podcast.
Redemption
It's
on
called
it.
a terrible name called the Lol Cow Podcast. Be a little bit more original, please. Holy shit.
I would purposely said that wrong so you would give me the soundbite. Thank you for that. We're going to use it in our next promo.
Rubbish.
Thank
That's
you, Clown.
such a lie.
Anyhow, yeah, get scammed. Anyhow, you said you're not coming on the fucking show. Why? Why are you not coming on the show?
I don't like Boogie. He sucks. But I mean, since we discussed it, it's also because you called my mate a pedophile. I can't really work with you on another fucking product, can I? Can't do it.
Now.
I'm doing it now. I make exceptions for ImAllexx.
I don't remember fucking saying that.
You did.
I think I used the slang term pedo.
You 100% did. I swear on my parents' lives, you called him a pedophile.
Well,
how's that?
Your parents are your parents
Keemstar
alive?
is not always right.
Are they even alive?
They're alive, yeah. They're alive.
I know they're like ancient. Aren't they like 90 now?
You're older than me. You're fucking older than me. What are you talking about? I know I sound old.
I remember
you're fucking
your
older.
parents' age. I remember your parents' age, and they're super old. They're like grandpa
I have
ages.
never told you my parents' age at any point.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Well, yes, they are old, obviously. I mean, I'm in my 30s, so obviously they are quite old. But yours are going to be like in a wheelchair then. Oh, you're adopted. Never mind. You don't know them.
Oh, God.
Good one. Good one. Good one. How's those trips to Thailand doing?
I haven't been for a while. But I hear the kids are getting fresher and fresher. Got to take a fishing trip over there.
See, that's why he's mad, people. That's why he's mad.
Oh, God.
You don't need to go to Thailand. You've got them in your fucking backyard.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Clown, it's always a pleasure to have you,
It is a pleasure.
stick up for your creepy ass friends, and
I mean, he is
everyone else
creepy.
is bad.
I'll be honest, like, he is creepy because he's degenerate. He's into some weird shit. They're not kids.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Remember when I said he was a Fury? Remember when I said he was a
He
furry?
was right about
That
the
came
furry
out too.
thing. He was right about that.
Nobody
believe
fucking
either,
believed
Keem.
me
I
that
didn't believe
Pyrocynical was a furry.
I mean, I'll give it to you because what he is way worse than
why
being a
does
furry.
everyone talk over me? Why does everyone talk over me?
I'm giving you your
I
point
told the
here, so you
internet-
want to listen to what I have
Oh my
to say
God.
because I'm
I
going to give
tell
you a
the
nice
internet
win here.
over and over again.
I'm giving
that
you a nice win
Pyrocynical
here
is
if
a
you'll just
furry.
shut the fuck
You
up
just
and
talk
listen,
over
you
me.
fucking rat.
Dude, your friend's a rat. He dresses up as rats. He dresses up like all the animals.
You called him a furry, but what he is actually so much worse than a furry. Not a pedophile. He's into fat, farting, and not just animals, but like weird, obese creatures that fart.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then eat other people.
And
or
they have to
something
be
like
wearing
that.
a mask, and they have to be like his own persona. If you try to understand it, you won't with a rational mind. Like, it's not possible. Like, he is
still
mentally
into
ill,
it, or
like,
is
no
he-
doubt.
Is he?
Oh, he's still fucking into it.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
God.
And he's very much out about it, and he's very happy with it. He
Yeah, I
doesn't
know,
care.
like,
But
hey,
no,
Keem-
he's a freak. Like, no, he is actually a freak. That's fucking weird
Hey,
as shit.
Keem, you help Pyro come out to the world. You know, you're a hero, the LGBTQ community.
Calling him a
Yeah,
furry is like
yeah.
a compliment,
Clown.
quite frankly.
Oh my God, shut up. Jesus, can I talk? Clown, are you still banned from the United States?
I am, yeah, unfortunately.
When can you come back?
Oh, you miss me that bad?
I haven't seen you since before COVID hit. Remember we
right?
went to Australia?
Do you want to come to? I can't go to the US, but you want to come to Mexico?
I was just in Mexico, but yeah, maybe. I might come to Mexico, seriously. I miss you. I haven't seen you in fucking 4 years.
You know what? I think it's been a really good podcast. Why don't we all plug our stuff and say goodbye, maybe forever?
Maybe forever. The final episode, the end of an era.
Let me plug my stuff. I'm doing the local live podcast, and that's available on YouTube. We got Happy Punch. We're covering all the MMA stuff over on Happy Punch on Instagram and on Twitter. Dromler is over on Snapchat, excuse me. And regardless of what these fucking commentators say, the rise and fall of Keemstar, I'm getting more views and more money than I've ever made in my fucking career. So they're fucking wrong. And yeah, you can find me over there. And Dromler is returning back to YouTube this fall. So check it out, y'all.
Cloud, you go.
I have a podcast with Keemstar's favorite person, Pyrocynical, who's definitely not a pedophile, but is weird and degenerate and into fat farting animals. So there is that. Also Dolan Dark, who's great, and Nerd City as well, who's great.
No, I love it. I love your podcast. I even love that cat hating.
You
prick.
don't fucking listen to
Oh,
it.
no, I
Shut
do. I
the
do. I actually used it to make fun of Nerd City on one of my.
Okay, yeah. Oh, no, I did see that, yeah.
No, we do. Me and Verse listen to it. No, it's not a joke. Well, I still got Shot for the Point is still around, and we're like 4 days a week, live stream, still clips, the whole nine. I also am a member of the Lolcow podcast, where I do the stream with Keemstar, and I do the actual recorded episode with Wings of Redemption and Boogie 298888. If you need a flashback on old YouTube, that's the place to go. Funny stuff. And a real tiny thing, it's only about 400 subs. I have a football channel, like soccer channel. And we put out lots of content from multiple different creators, all sorts of creators, English, German, all sorts of. It's called Glory Hunters. And that's all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought this podcast was going to return, you've been baited. We'll see you never.
That was an excellent ending. That was awesome. It's probably the best episode we ever did.